Your brain is a compulsive liar. Think about your most cherished childhood memory. That perfect summer day, maybe? Or the first time you rode a bike? Got it? Now, what if I told you there's a very real chance that parts of that memory, or even the whole thing, never actually happened? We often like to imagine our brains are perfect video recorders, just faithfully capturing our past. But here's the kicker. Your brain is a compulsive liar. And in the next few minutes, I'm going to show you the neurological glitches that turn your mind into the most unreliable narrator you'll ever meet. So let me ask you this. Are you absolutely sure you can trust your own memories? We're not just talking about forgetting where you put your keys. This is about confidently remembering something that simply did not happen. Most of us probably have at least one of these experiences, often something we share collectively. Just think about the Mandela effect. For years, a huge number of people vividly remembered the Monopoly man having a monocle. Guess what? He doesn't. Or maybe you were convinced the Berenstain Bears were spelled with an ein at the end, only to discover it's always been Berenstain with an ein. These aren't just quirks, they're cracks in the very foundation of what we believe to be true about our own minds. The shocking truth is, your brain isn't just occasionally forgetful. It actively fabricates entire memories, complete with vivid details, just to keep its internal story straight. Your mind is a master storyteller. And sometimes, for the sake of a coherent narrative, it just invents crucial plot points. This isn't a flaw in its design, actually. It's a consequence of its incredible complexity, constantly trying to make sense of the world and our place in it, even if it means bending reality a little. Now, this leads us to an important question: the scientific why. Why on earth does our brain do this? The core reason lies in how memory actually works. Your memory isn't like a video recorder, perfectly storing every moment for playback. Instead, it's more like a Wikipedia page that anyone, including your own brain, can edit. Or perhaps a better analogy, as some scientists suggest, is that your brain is like a video editor on a tight deadline, constantly cutting, pasting, and sometimes even filming new scenes to stitch together a coherent story. One of the foundational theories explaining this is fuzzy trace theory. This theory posits that when we experience something, our brain creates two types of memory traces: verbatim and gist. Verbatim traces are those precise, detailed recollections, while gist traces capture the general meaning or essence of an event. As time passes, those verbatim traces degrade rapidly, leaving us mostly with gist memories. Our brain then uses these gist memories to reconstruct an event, filling in the gaps with plausible information, even if it's completely made up. This often leads to something called source misattribution, where we remember the information but forget where we got it, sometimes even attributing an internal thought or simulation to an external event. A classic, easily understood experiment that beautifully demonstrates this manipulation is the work of Elizabeth Loftus and John Palmer back in 1974. Participants watched films of car accidents and were then asked questions about what they saw. Crucially, the wording of the question changed for different groups. Some were asked about how fast were the cars going when they smashed into each other. Others heard verbs like collided, bumped, hit, or contacted. The results were astounding. Participants who heard smashed estimated significantly higher speeds and were more likely to remember seeing broken glass, even though there was none in the original footage. This experiment vividly illustrates just how easily our memories can be influenced and even altered by external suggestions. leading us to believe in details that were never present. But the brain's deceptive nature goes even deeper, venturing into the realm of mental simulations. Your brain isn't just passively receiving information, it's actively running complex background programs, especially when you're preparing for high-stakes social interactions. Imagine anticipating a difficult conversation, an argument, or a job interview. Your prefrontal cortex, acting as a sophisticated simulator, kicks into gear. It draws from your stored memories, using cognitive maps in your hippocampus to predict potential outcomes and rehearse various scenarios. These internal rehearsals can be incredibly vivid, filled with imagined dialogues, emotional responses, and specific details, making them feel incredibly real. This process supports narrative coherence, where the hippocampus integrates these imagined events into a unified story, not just for better retention, but also for adapting your behavior. And here's where it gets truly unsettling. The amygdala, our brain's emotional hub, plays a crucial role in blurring the lines between these vivid rehearsals and actual lived experiences. When you're mentally simulating an emotionally charged scenario, like a heated argument, your amygdala ramps up emotional arousal. This isn't just some abstract thought. It triggers high-frequency activity, or HFA, a marker of intense neuronal spiking in both the amygdala and the hippocampus. This surge in activity makes the imagined event as sensorily intense and emotionally resonant as if it were happening in real time. This powerful amygdalo-hippocampal interaction boosts memory consolidation through the release of norepinephrine, essentially prioritizing these vivid, emotionally charged mental rehearsals, treating them almost as if they were genuine occurrences. Studies have even shown that amygdala activation during the recall of false memories mirrors the activation seen during genuine recall, meaning that these fabricated experiences have neural traces that actively compete with your real memories. This is why those simulated arguments can feel so convincingly live, even if they never left your head. So how does the brain misfile these simulations as genuine episodic memories? It's a combination of interconnected neurological processes. First, there's hippocampal narrative integration. Your hippocampus, particularly the right side, is a master storyteller. It doesn't just store individual facts, it weaves them into coherent narratives, linking events across time, even if those events were purely imagined. It prioritizes vividness over absolute accuracy. This process uses pattern similarity in neural activity, making detailed recall possible, but also making it dangerously easy to embed fiction as fact, especially when there's no clear source tag indicating whether the memory originated internally or externally. Then, we have reality monitoring failure. This is when your brain struggles to differentiate between internal thoughts or perceptions and external reality. There's a significant overlap between how your brain processes perceptual, sensory information, and conceptual, emotional or imaginative information. This overlap can lead to what's called source misattribution, where your internal thoughts are mistakenly tagged as external events. Structures in your medial temporal lobe, or MTL, usually help discriminate between true and false memories, but high emotional arousal, often driven by the amygdala during these intense simulations, can disrupt this crucial function. It causes your brain to favor gist-based, fuzzy recall over precise verbatim details, making it harder to discern the true origin of a memory. Compounding this is amygdala-driven emotional enhancement. We've already touched on this, but it's worth reiterating. Emotional simulations trigger those amygdala hippocampal HFA spikes, mimicking the neural encoding process of real experiences. This intense emotional tagging further blurs the boundary between what's imagined and what's real. Experiments have even causally demonstrated that stimulating the amygdala can boost false emotional memories, making them feel more authentic and persistent. Finally, there's the prefrontal hippocampal simulation loop. Your prefrontal cortex constantly generates these simulations, drawing from the cognitive maps stored in your hippocampus. The problem arises when these simulations, without distinct encoding signals that mark them as imagined, loop back and are refiled by the brain as retrieved memories. This loop is often amplified by cortical midline structures, like the ventromedial prefrontal cortex, VMPFC, especially during self-referential processing, when you're thinking about yourself and your experiences. All these glitches, these overlapping neural processes in the amygdala, hippocampus, and prefrontal cortex, mean that your brain can easily misfile vivid internal rehearsals of social scenarios as genuine experiences. It literally fabricates entire memories, often to maintain narrative consistency and keep its internal story straight, making you believe in a false reality. These false memories aren't some flimsy, easily dismissed thoughts. They share the same neural substrates as true memories, making them subjectively feel just as real and, consequently, incredibly resistant to correction. The real-world consequences of your brain being a compulsive liar are profound, extending far beyond simply misremembering a movie quote. Consider the justice system. Eyewitness testimony, for centuries, has been considered one of the most powerful forms of evidence. Yet, the science of false memory, pioneered by researchers like Elizabeth Loftus, has repeatedly shown just how unreliable it can be. Innocent people have been wrongly convicted based on the confident, yet completely false memories of eyewitnesses. A victim's vivid memory of a perpetrator or a sequence of events can be genuinely heartfelt and believed, even if every detail is fundamentally incorrect due to suggestion, stress, or the brain's natural tendency to fill in gaps. This isn't about malicious intent. It's about the inherent fallibility of human memory and its susceptibility to fabrication. The Bologna railway station bombing case, where a clock was famously stopped, only for countless witnesses to confidently remember it stopped at a different time, illustrates this chillingly. But it's not just you, and it's not just false memories of grand events. This tendency of the brain to lie or distort information is a fundamental aspect of human psychology, manifesting in various related cognitive biases. Think about confirmation bias, where your brain actively seeks out and interprets information in a way that confirms your existing beliefs, ignoring contradictory evidence. Or self-serving bias, where you attribute positive events to your own character, but negative events to external factors. These biases, like false memories, are often products of your brain striving to maintain a coherent, often flattering narrative about yourself and the world around you. They demonstrate that our minds aren't objective observers, but active, and sometimes unreliable interpreters of reality. If you're finding this deep dive into your brain's secrets as fascinating and unsettling as I am, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more mind-bending revelations about how your mind truly works. We've only just scratched the surface of the incredible and sometimes deceptive machinery between your ears. So what does all this mean? If our brains are constantly editing our past, fabricating memories, and filling in details that never happened, what does this tell us about our own identity? Our personal stories, our foundational narratives, are built upon these memories. What happens when we realize that those stories might be edited or even entirely fictionalized by our own minds? What does it mean for our understanding of ourselves, our past, and even our relationships, if the very fabric of our personal history is susceptible to such profound alteration? It's a thought that challenges the very core of who we believe ourselves to be, urging us to question not just the world around us, but the world within our own heads. It forces us to confront the unsettling yet undeniable truth. Perhaps the most unreliable narrator you'll ever encounter